Hello and welcome to the channel and welcome to this Leviathan game of priority targets between the Deathwatch and the Genestealer Cults. And yes, for those who have been on the channel before, yes, it's a different board and a different room, and that's because I'm not hosting today. I am in fact a guest myself. We're doing priority targets and we're doing mission rule, sweep and clear and hammer and anvil, so it's like that, I guess. So we got one of us down this end, one down that end. 5 objectives on the table, 1 in each deployment zone, 3 in no man's land, all nicely marked out. And then in our command phase from turn 2 onwards, we'll get 5 points for every objective we control, up to a maximum of 10. But at the end of the game, we get an extra 5 for each objective we control, up to a maximum of 15. So surviving until the end will be a thing. And then sweep and clear is sticky objectives. So if you hold objective in your command phase, you can move off of it and it's yours until your opponent takes it at the end of any phase or something like that. So that's nice and simple mission and a very nice table laid out. In terms of terrain, we've got lots of ruins everywhere scattered about. They're obviously going to be obscuring. We've got hills which you can hide behind or run over and shoot people with. And we've got crates in crate positions, and we've even got barrels of laughs as usual, which is nice. So that's the terrain and the mission. Before we go and see the guests, but see the hosts for today and the armies. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. There'll be a battle report every week, and if you want to, you can support me more by becoming a YouTube channel member. So yes, the host for today is...
Hi, it's Gavin.
It's Gavin. So you've been on the channel before.
Yeah.
Normally, I think with your word bearers every time.
Yeah, it's been word bearers the last few games.
So yeah, something different today.
Yeah, so bringing the cult back out. So a lot of fun to play in the 10th edition.
Yeah, apparently they're like super good in 10th or something.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Maybe it's because only 5 people are playing them and they're really good. I don't know, but so I haven't played them in 10th yet. I played them once in 9th, and that was a long time ago. So I know a bit about their tricks and things. You've just given me the rundown of what they do, and I've done the same because you haven't even faced Marines in 10th yet.
I haven't yet. No.
Which is interesting. But do you want to come around and run through your list and what it does and?
Yeah.
So I can remember, so you can't trick me with any things.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so the warlord for today is going to be the patriarch at the back.
Very nice.
He's joined with a unit of 10 Genestealers. They both have the infiltrate keyword, and he has to be the warlord if he's in your army.
Yeah, I mean, he's bigger than everyone else, isn't he? So
yeah.
That's how that works with the Genestealer Cults, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can notice it's just a lot of troops, a lot of infantry.
Yeah, because what's the Genestealer Cults army and detachment rules and things?
The detachment rule is when a unit comes in from deep strike until the end of the next fight phase, they get sustained hits 1 and ignores cover.
Yeah, so when you pop up, you're a bit better for that turn.
Yep.
And then
it's like a surprise.
Surprise!
Yeah, we're here.
And then your army rule is essentially when a unit dies, you put a blip down, it can come back again, sort of thing. If it's battle line.
So the battle line units are automatic, and that's the acolytes and the neophytes. And then any other unit is on a 4-up. So like the aberrants and the Genestealers, they can come back on a 4-up.
Yeah. Characters can't come back though, can they?
No, characters are gone.
Good, right, I'll kill them first. So you're going to be popping up all over the place, and when you pop up, you're a bit more killy, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we've gone through the Genestealers and the Patriarch.
Yeah, so the back is 2 units of 10 neophytes. Both have characters attached to them, which I'll go through in a sec. There's one unit with 2 seismic cannons, 2 flamers. The rest are all sort of... fighters' firearms,
flashlights.
Yeah. Both units have got a cult icon in them, which is return up to D3 models at, I think it's the end of the movement phase.
Yeah. Okay. So
the end of the reinforcement step.
So as well as your units coming back, these units can regenerate as well.
Yeah.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, and I think it's D3 or straight 3 if you're on an objective that you control.
It sounds like I'm playing sort of a mixture between Tyranids and Necrons right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the other unit's similar, except it's got 2 mining lasers and 2 grenade launchers.
Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, they're pretty easy to kill. one of their abilities is in the command phase, for any one of those units on an objective on a 4-up, I gain a CP in my turn.
So you got ways of regenerating CPs.
Yeah.
But obviously, you can only with CP farms, you can only gain 1 extra CP per battle round.
Yeah.
In addition to command phase things. So CP farms are good, but they're not amazing.
No.
Because when you discard the cards, you get CPs anyway. So, but they're useful. But,
Yeah.
okay.
If you're not getting rid of a card, it can be quite handy.
Yeah. If you score both your secondaries and you want a CP,
Yeah.
you can get a CP.
Yeah.
So
The names, the characters' names are going to elude me. He's the Clamavus. So he basically is quite handy because you can't deep strike within 12 of him. So he's quite handy to have in your back objective.
Yes.
Just making it a bit more protection. And he does something to Battle Shock, which I can't remember.
Yeah,
It's never really come in.
So they essentially become like a unit of infiltrators, for those who know Space Marines. So you're going to stop me from deep striking your back passage, which is probably a good thing.
It is.
And then you had something.
He's a Nexus. I believe he's called Nexus anyway. He can target a unit once per turn with a free CP.
Cool.
And he can move cult icons as well. So when a unit dies, you place down a cult icon anywhere on the board, and at the end of the opponent's reinforcement step, that unit comes back on.
And he can move them and manipulate them and things like that.
That's it.
Cool. Okay.
And then we've got 3 units of 10 Acolyte hybrids. 2 of them are all equipped with hand flamers. One is equipped with auto pistols.
This one's got some big guns in it as well, isn't it?
They've
all got big guns.
Yeah, so there's 2 of the units at the back here. They've both got 2 heavy mining tools, or the old rock saws, basically.
Okay.
They're all hand flamers. The leader's got leader's weapon and hand flamer. Again, there's icons in all 3 units, which helps for bringing models back.
Cool. Okay.
Attached to this unit here is the Primus. He gives the unit reroll hits.
Cool.
And I can use him to redeploy up to 3 units after we're both deployed.
Very nice.
Then we've got a Locus, who's basically a bodyguard. So he gives the whole unit fight first, and he gives other character models in a unit 4-up feel no pain. So he's pretty handy.
Yeah.
In this unit here is the Acolyte Icon Ward. He gives the unit a 5-up feel no pain, and he also has some shenanigans with saving cult blips when they get disturbed by the enemy.
Right. Okay.
This is just a regular 10-man unit.
No extra guys going on.
No,
Right? Okay.
they have got 2 demo charges, so that's once per battle weapon, but they're quite tasty.
Okay, so these are all units that you want to survive and do things.
Yeah.
And this is your kamikaze unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So hand flamers and demo charges.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
And then at the front, we've got 2 units of 10 aberrants.
Yes.
So they're all heavy power tools. They're pretty tough. Toughness 6, 3 wounds, 4-up feel no pain.
Yeah. Do they have an armor save, or is it just?
They've 5-up.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Not much of an armor save.
No, not
but
really.
You're tough and you've got feel no pains.
that's it. Yeah. So most of the time you're going straight to the feel no pains. To be honest. And
Cool.
we've got a Biophagus attached to this unit, which gives the unit lethal hits, and once per battle I can give the unit anti-infantry 2+.
Yeah, so they're going to be a lot more killy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then in this one here is the Abominant. He's a beast. He gives them sustained hits. And he also has an ability where on the first time he's killed, he comes back to life on a 2-up.
Yeah, so more coming back to life nonsense.
Yeah.
And then they're more killy as well, right?
Yeah.
So these 2 very killy units with
Very.
power picks or whatever they used to be called.
And then the last not least is the Calamorph. Just a little gun-toting guy that can pop up. Lone operative.
Sneak around and shoot
He's not as good as he was last edition, but he's quite handy. And if you shoot at a battle line unit and he's within 3 of them, he gets to shoot for free after you've shot.
His rules sound very familiar to a Sly Marbo.
Yeah.
It's very similar rules. He's like the 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 hive mind taking over version of Sly Marbo, I guess, running around shooting people, shooting back, being a lone operative, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, sneaky. Okay, cool. So you've got Optimus Prime. I've named him that.
Yeah.
And we've got Google Nexus. I've just called him that as well. Cool. Okay. Lots of tricks going on. Lots of resilience, coming back to life nonsense. Lots of combat. I'm not sure your flamers will do much, but in combat you'll do the work.
Yeah.
So, and lots of sustained hits or lethal hits, and they get devastating wounds, don't they? Because of your patriarch or something.
They get devastating wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Basically, I don't want you to get in combat with me.
Yeah.
No, cool, right. Okay. Right, moving on to the Deathwatch. So, Deathwatch, we are Space Marines, so we get O for the moment. So, every command phase, I can point at a unit, reroll all hits and wounds against it. Very nice. I also have an enhancement for once per battle round in a command phase, if he's on the battlefield, pick 2 units from your all hits and wounds against it. So, that's that. And then each command phase, I've got 3 things I can choose from, and they're army-wide. One is lethal hits, one sustained hits, and one is precision hits on critical hits of 6, or hit rolls of 6, critical hits, whatever they're called. But I can only pick each one of those once. But there is a strat where for a CP I can just give a unit one of those anyway. But I never bother using it, to be honest, because I don't normally need to. So that's Deathwatch. So let's start from here, I guess. I've got a Terminator Captain, he's my warlord. Like I said, he's got the enhancement to give a second oath of moment. I think it's called the Tome of Ectoclades or something, whatever it's called. He's got a Stormbolter and a Red Blade. He's going around with a Terminator Assault Squad with 3 hammers and shields, 2 lightning claws, and they get a nice little teleport home out. He enables them to reroll charges, and every battle round I can have a stratagem used on that unit for 0 CP, even if it's already been used, which is nice. When they charge, you will have a battle shot test to take, so that might help, don't know, I always forget it never really makes a difference. And they get a teleport hammer, so I can rapid ingress for free if they come in near that. So that's what they do. Here I've got a unit of 5 Vanguard veterans. They get lethal hits on the charge, which is very nice. They have 5 attacks each. 4 of them with heirloom weapons, which they're called now, and storm shields. And 1 guy with an heirloom weapon and a little flamer, because I don't have any more guys with shields. Basically. They're my quick mobile unit which just runs around scoring secondaries and occasionally hits something, basically. Vinny the Vindicare. I thought I'd try out a Vindicare. I've faced one a few times in 10th, but I haven't actually used one yet, so let's see if he's any good. He's also got precision and his special bullet thing, which is once per game, which is very nice. And you have many characters.
Yes, lots.
But he can come back to life, and you have ways of like jumping in front of your characters or something with bodyguards and things. Yeah, so you've got a counter to my counter to your characters.
Yeah.
So let's see if he's actually any good against Genestealer Cults. I've got a unit of 5 heavy intercessors, so they're just really tough to kill, all with heavy bolt rifles. Not heavy, heavy bolt rifles, which are heavy and assault, which is nice. And they get +1 to their save against damageable weapons if they're on an objective they control. I've got a unit of intercessors, which give me sticky objectives, but the entire army's got it for this game anyway, so that's moot, but there we go. One's got a grenade launcher. Other than that, they've just got their bolt rifles running around. Got a unit of Hellblasters with a lieutenant. Hellblasters can shoot on death now, which is very, very nice. And the lieutenant gives the unit lethal hits and the ability to fall back, shoot and charge. And the lieutenant's enhancement is the Beacon Angelus, so they can deep strike. So that's fun. What's better than 10 deep strike and Hellblasters? 20, I guess? Yeah. If I had the models, I'd probably have 2 units like that. One to deep strike and one to come from reserves, to be honest. But that's a lot of points. So that's my killy unit. Over here I've got 2 units of Deathwatch veterans. They reroll hit rolls of 1, but reroll all hits against things that aren't Chaos or Imperium. So that's nice. 1 more combat unit with swords and boards, hammers, and sergeant with Xenophase blade and a combi weapon. Same sergeant in this unit, but this one's more shooty. Bolt guns and shields, and Infernus heavy bolters, which are very nice. The idea is they will run around in the Rhino and shoot the heavy bolters out the top of the Rhino.
Oh yeah, you can do that now.
Got a firing deck. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? And all Rhinos actually have it now as well, not just the Space Marine ones. They FAQ'd that.
That's right,
because Chaos were getting annoyed that they couldn't shoot out of their Rhinos with Havocs.
Yeah, Death Guard Andy was getting his tears out, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wanted to shoot some plasma guns out of his or something. But yeah, I mean, I say Chaos were annoyed. I was annoyed I couldn't put Havocs with Reaper chain cannons in the back of Rhinos and drive around shooting things, because that would be fun. But anyway, so they're going to go in the Rhino. As mentioned, it's got a firing deck, it's got a Stormbolter as well. I could give it a Hunter Killer Missile, but I haven't got one on the model yet. so I'm not going to bother with that. And you haven't got any vehicles anyway, so fine. 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts, both with the Macroplasma, the Nipple Stormbolters, and the Rocket Pod. The Ultramarine one's got a Gatling gun, and the Dark Angels one's got Heavy Flamer. They're both really good. They both have -1 damage still, so that's nice. And they've got a little Tech Marine running around with them to make one of them shoot better and heal one. And he gets Lone Operative when he's near vehicles, so that's nice. And Tech Marines aren't bad, they're okay in combat, and he's got a half-decent gun, so... Nah. And I've got 3 Eradicators to eradicate things. They only get 1 shot now, but they can reroll all hits, all wounds, and all damage rolls. So they're 3 very efficient shots. And then they always go in reserve because they just pop on and kill something, basically. So that's my list. These will go in Deep Strike, they'll go in reserve. The Terminator will go in Deep Strike as well. As mentioned, they'll go in the Rhino, and then everything else will start somewhere ready for some Xenos to appear, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's the armies. We need to roll to do deployment and things, and then deploy, I guess. So let's grab some dice. Right, okay, so roll for deployment after you, sir. So you get 5. Deathwatch get 4. Okay, so do you want to defend or attack? It's up to you.
I'll defend. That'd be more thematic then. Genestealer Cults in the buildings.
You can pop out of the ruins and things.
Pop out of the ruins.
And then the Deathwatch will go over there. Cool. Okay, so we'll deploy. We'll alternate, and we'll be back. Right, we're back. We've both deployed. So Genestealer Cults are here, there, and everywhere. The Deathwatch are over here. I'll run through my deployment very quickly. I've got the Rhino here with all the Deathwatch veterans in it, because it looks cool, because then they can drive through there. The Vanguard veterans on that objective, and within 12 inches of the central objective, so if I get a secondary that requires me to get to that, I can do. Intercessors on the home objective as well, just to hold it. I mean, I've got sticky objectives army wide for this mission anyway, but they can sort of just spread out and just stop me popping up back there somewhere, maybe. Tech Marine and 2 Dreadnoughts walking through the gap there, because I've got the Rhino driving through this gap. And then I've got the heavy intercessors there to go and sit on that objective. And then after I put them there, you put some Genestealers there, so thanks for that. And then a Vindicator Assassin standing on that ruin over there because he looks cool, basically.
That's okay, yeah.
I thought about putting him back here, but it'd be very difficult to see because he'd look like an AdMech, whatever they're called. What's the AdMech? Skitari, that's the word. It'd look like one of them. So he's gone over there, and then the Hellblasters are going to deep strike. The Terminators are going to deep strike with the Captain, and the Eradicators are in reserve. Do you want to run through your Genestealer Cults deployment and your thoughts?
Yeah, no worries. So, a unit of 10 Aberrants and the Abominant, who had the paid upgrade Inscrutable Cunning, gained them the Infiltrator's keyword.
Yeah, so they're brutal and cunning.
Yeah, they are indeed.
Whereas the other ones that you've got are just brutal.
That's it.
Yeah.
So they're forward deployed, 9 inches away, and with the sticky objectives, means that I can just, if I get first turn, I can move them through the wall, have a go at a Rhino, or... I'm not too sure about the centre objective, because that's quite exposed.
That's a problem for me, though. So that's a good place to put those. What else have you got?
And then we've got a unit of neophytes sort of hiding in a ruin.
With Google Nexus in the corner. Yeah.
Another unit there with the Clamavus on the sort of a home objective.
Hiding behind the rocks and the crate. It's a crate hiding place. That is.
So he's got a 12-inch...
Deep strike denial bubble.
That's it, so hopefully the back area should be quite...
Yeah, because you've got these guys over here and you've got some more guys over there, so you should be...
And then we've got a unit of Acolytes behind this ruin over here.
Yep.
The other unit of Aberrants deploying in my deployment zone. And the Infiltrate unit of Genestealers and the Patriarch, I've decided just to hold back a little bit behind some cover. If I don't get first turn, they're going to get shot to pieces. Yeah,
like you could have put them there or there.
I could,
or here as well. But if you put them over here as well, you'll have too much on one flank potentially.
Yeah.
And if you put them anywhere here and you didn't get first, they'd get shot.
Yeah. So
you're being sneaky with your Genestealers.
That's it.
Yeah. And they can advance and charge. If you do get first turn, you could still potentially get a charge off. So yeah, cool. Okay, and then you've got your other units in Deep Strike. Oh, they're over there.
The 2 units of Acolytes and the Kellamorph in Deep Strike.
The guy with his pistols.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, alright, so just roll to see who goes first, I guess. You decided not to redeploy anything, because that's part of deployment, not after the roll-off.
Yep.
And you were happy with where things were.
Yep.
So, cool. After you then, sir?
That's a 1.
That's a 1. That's not a 1. So it's Deathwatch turn 1. So I'll get to put this down somewhere, and then I'll do my command and movement phase.
Nice.
Okay, so it's Deathwatch turn 1. After the roll-off, I put my teleport hammer down here, because I can have some barrels of blast there later on. Reason why I always put this not in the middle and put it a bit further back is because it's rapid ingress within 3 inches of it. If I put it somewhere like here, for example, I'd be screened out anyway, so it's a complete waste of time. So I always put them slightly further my way. In terms of objectives and things, I've got Air Denial, which is a good one for turn 1 for me. No prisoners, I can't see much, so I doubt that's going to happen, but I'll do my best. So getting something within range in the middle and killing things. Command phase, I over-momented this unit here with the Google Nexus, because that's literally the only really real unit I can actually shoot. So I'm going to be rerolling hits and wounds against them. Tech Marine told the Ultramarines Dreadnought to shoot better, because the Dark Angel's Dreadnought already knows how to use a plasma, because he's a Dark Angel, so that's fine. As for movement and things, my more combat unit of veterans got out the Rhino and ran behind that wall. They're going to probably charge through and smack some aberrants on the head before they get hit back on the head, I imagine. The other unit is staying in the Rhino for now, because they can shoot out of it, because that's what Rhinos can do now. The Vanguard veterans, they were conveniently positioned exactly 12 inches away from there, so they were able to jump over and they're getting Air Denial, which is nice. They've got nothing to shoot at, and they're probably going to die, but they're getting me points. Intercessors and heavy intercessors essentially both just advanced and spread out around the back, just to screen out popping up cult people, I guess. And then the Tech Marine and the Dreadnoughts walked forwards, and the Assassin stayed where he is, because he's in a good position there. You can't really see much this turn, though. You can't even see this guy through the window, because it's a very small window, so he's going to have to shoot some other random guy in the head, unfortunately. So that's it for movement and things. So yeah, let's start some shooting. Right, so starting off with the Vindicare, he's just going to shoot one of these guys through the window, basically, because that's all he can see. He hits on a 2, because he's an assassin. Oh, he's got a critical hit, which means I get more damage. And I'll kill on the 2 as well, but if I get a 6, it's devastating wounds, which means I could actually potentially shoot a few of them with one shot, which would be a miracle. No, so I've just shot one of their heads off. It's AP3, ignores cover, splash.
Straight through.
Yeah. That's annoying, really, critical hit, because I think that gives you an extra 3 damage or something. And then normally it's like D6 plus 3 damage, and then it would be devastating wounds. So it would just... I could have potentially killed the entire unit with one bullet. That would have been one heck of a shot. So he's killed one of them. Not much more shooting to do, so let's start with a Dreadnought. Let's start with the Ultramarine one. I'm not going to supercharge the Plasma, because it's a complete waste of time. He's going to shoot this unit here.
Okay, I'm going to spend a CP on a stratagem.
Okay.
One with the Darkness. Target one Genestealer Cult infantry unit from your army that was selected at a target of attack. To the end of the phase, your unit has a stealth ability. It can only be selected as a target of attack if it is within 12.
Oh, that's cheeky, so I can't shoot them anymore.
No.
Right, so what else can they shoot at? Probably not very much. That's very annoying. Probably can't see over the wall to hit them either, can I? No, okay, so I don't think he's got any other targets. And neither's the other Dreadnought. Well, that's annoying, but I've made you use a CP. Fine. Okay, well, I'll go straight into my Heavy Bolt with shooting some Genestealers then. That's a really good strat, that. It's like my Chaos one for Nurgle units.
Yeah.
It's really good. So 6 Heavy Bolt with shots then into your Genestealers.
Yeah.
So they're going to hit on 4s, and 6s will be sustained because they're Heavy Bolters. I get no 6s, but I get some hits. Their toughness is 4.
Toughness 4, yeah.
So 3s. So 1 AP1, so I'm assuming it's just your usual invul.
5 up invul, which is fine.
You're fine, okay. Yeah. Alright, well, be like that. Are your Genestealers 2 wounds now as well, like 2 ones?
Are, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because they're all different, aren't they, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Why Genestealer Cult Genestealers are generally better than actual Tyranid Genestealers, I don't know. But, yeah, never mind. Okay, well, that's pretty much it from a shooting phase then, I think. Unless, I'm going to check something. Right, no, I was basically checking if you needed line of sight for the grenade strat, because I was thinking about throwing one over the wall. You can't do that, so that's annoying. I mean, I can, but they can't. I guess they don't know they're there. But they're going to find out because they're going to charge through the wall now. So I'm going to charge you. They're definitely in.
Yeah.
So I'll move in and try and hit some purple hulks. Right, they've busted through the walls. I'm going to start with the hammers because it's hammer time. You've even got hammers yourself.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the hammers. They're going to hit on 4s, but your Xenos, I'm rerolling all hits, which is nice.
Very nice.
So 3 hits so far. Get an extra 1, which is nice. They're strength 10, but you're -1 wound, right?
Yeah, toughness 6.
So it will still be 4s to wound you. But 6s are devastating wounds. Which is nice. So that's just 3 damage, and then you won't get a save either because you only got 5 save.
Yep.
So that essentially, so it's
6.
one of them takes 3 damage, so 3 shrugs on that one, and then the other ones can potentially spill over or something. So 3 feel no pain to the first
3
one,
4-ups, so that's 1 dead.
and then the 3 mortal wounds as well.
3 4-ups, and
Sweet.
1's down to
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
So one's been bonked on the head, and another one's been bonked on the leg or something. Okay.
Him and
One's on 2.
yeah.
Cool. Right. Swords. These will hit with 3s and reroll. Because filthy, dirty Xenos scum, right? Strength 5 with the swords, so 5s to wound.
Yeah.
Not so good. They're quite tough. That's not bad though. -2, so you won't get any saves.
No.
So just 3 feel no pains, I guess. 1 damage each.
1 damage each.
Yeah.
And that kills.
So that's the one that was wounded. Gone.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I've got the Sergeant of his Xenophase Blade, which is designed for King Xenos, which is nice. He hits on 3s, and we'll reroll as well. And this again is strength 5, so 5s, but 6s are mortals. So just 1 more, AP2, damage 1. So
4 up. Loves it.
loves it. So I've just killed 2, and that's it. Okay, well that was successful. I'm guessing you've got some dice to count now and hit me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s.
Right, attacking back with the purple ogres.
Yep.
This is the normal guys.
Yeah, so hitting on 3s and sustained hits.
So 6s explode. That looks pretty
so that
tasty.
miss is an explode. That's an explode. That's a miss. That miss is an explode. And
Many
then
hits.
take
And
out
what's
all
their
of
strength?
Strength 8.
Oh, this is going to hurt. So you've hit that many times. Very nice. And you're winning on 2s. I could have done Armour of Contempt over 1. I didn't bother because it wouldn't save them. So 2s to wound. And then I've got many saves.
So
many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
And they're all AP2, yeah?
15 AP2.
And damage
3.
2 or more. Right. 15 saves. Okay. 15, right. I've got 2 guys with shields. 4 up and vulnerable saves. Now I've got 1 guy with a shield. Now they're dead, and then these are all 5-ups. Oh look, they're all dead. Right. They're pretty tough. I found that out pretty quick, but now I know. It's better to find that out early on in the game rather than later on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with anyway. I'm going to ditch no prisoners for a CP. And I've got 5 points for her to know.
Nice.
So 5 points to 0, and we'll go to Genestealer Cults turn 1. Okay, so here we are at the end of the Genestealer Cults command and movement phase. You got engage on all fronts and capture enemy outposts. So
Yep.
essentially nick my home objective, which you decided pretty quick wasn't possible.
Not this time. Not this time.
And then engage on all fronts, which was very possible.
Yep.
Because you had the aberrants,
Yep.
which can easily get this quarter with a nice little charge on the rhino, which is you're not going to fail that. And then your Genestealers could potentially get that quarter as well. But
Yep.
even if you get 3, you still get 3 points. If you
Yep.
get that one as well, you get your 4/5. So that's a good one to get.
Yep.
Then you had your other unit of aberrants who ran into that building,
Yep.
and then everything else kind of stayed where it is. They hid a little bit
They
more.
shuffled a bit more around, yeah.
The guy shot in the head. It was just a flesh wound. He stood back up again, and that was it really.
Yeah, that's the movement phase
quite a
done.
simple movement phase. So yeah, where are you going with next in terms of shooting? Have you got any shooting?
I'm going to have to measure up. I think it's probably only going to be the mining lasers.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Let's do some measuring, and we'll
yeah,
be back
I
to see
think
if you can
that's it.
actually shoot something. Right, we did some measuring, and we found that the only guns you had that could see stuff had a 24-inch range,
Yeah.
which went to about there. So there's going to be no shooting from the Genestealer Cults. But saying that, I didn't really have much shooting either because they hid because of the strat.
True.
So it's charging essentially. So you got not impossible.
Available?
Unfailable. That's the word. An unfailable charge here.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking of charging them into the heavy intercessors?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, which one would you like to start with? Because I might do an Overwatch somewhere.
It was a 10-inch to them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We'll start with this one.
We'll start with them into the heavy intercessors. Okay,
Yes.
so you need a 10.
So you need a 10.
That's not
That's
a 10.
Not a 9. And I will CP.
I'm going to CP that.
CP re-roll that one.
Okay. No. Okay.
Okay, so they're not going anywhere.
But you're definitely going to get at least 3/4. They're going to go into the Rhino, roll for it for a bit more extra movement. 2, I mean, it gets you in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's enough movement for you to get engaged, though.
Yeah.
So I'll let you chuck them in.
Okay,
I won't
cool.
do any Overwatch. Okay, right. The aberrants have come bursting through the wall. We've done the pile-in. They can all fight except for the little guy at the back. Poor fella.
Yeah.
So you're going to start with all the normal guys first who can hit me?
Yes, we'll do that first now. So hitting on 3s.
And they still get sustained hits?
They do, yeah. So
cool.
that miss.
Lots of explosions going off. I think nearly every miss also has a sustained hit. Plus an extra one.
Plus an extra
You've hit me more times than you had attacks.
Lovely.
That's pretty good going, that. I'm toughness 9 with a Rhino.
Strength 8.
So you're running on 5s.
So 5s and 6s.
That's a fair amount.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. Nice.
10 at -2.
Right. 10 5-ups. Each of them's damage 3. That's a very dead Rhino. So even if I did Armor of Contempt, though, it'll still be dead. Does it go boom? Please do. Ah. I've got 5 guys inside. No, they're not eating burgers. On ones will do mortal wounds. One of them gets out a bit wounded. A pickaxe must have gone through the window or something. Yeah, so I'll disembark. They will be battle shocked, although it won't really matter much. Right, the Rhino was endangered. Now it's dead. All these guys got out the back, away from them, because I didn't really want you to consolidate into me, because that would be painful. Although I could hit you back, I probably wouldn't kill anyone, because they've all got guns. One's wounded. You could consolidate onto the objective, but then you won't get engaged, and it's just a sticky objective anyway.
Yeah.
So complete waste of time. So at the end of your turn, you've got this quarter, that one and that one, so you've got your 3 points for engage on all fronts.
Yeah.
So very nice. And I guess now we'll go into Deathwatch turn 2. Right, so Deathwatch turn 2. At the start of my turn, I had 2 primary objectives, the centre one and the home one, so that's my 10 points, and you can only get 10 maximum per turn in this mission anyway. My Oath of Moment, I selected the Genestealer Patriarch unit, and then army-wide, I'm going with sustained hits this turn, because this turn I want to kill you utterly, or at least as much as I can, without things coming back again and being annoying. So in terms of movement, the veterans that came out, the Rhino, they saw these guys and they've advanced and nicked your objective, because my objectives rather were attempting target and engage on all fronts. But you didn't pick this one, you picked that one.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying, because yeah. So I'm not sure if I can get that, but I can certainly get engaged, because I had some Vanguard veterans here, which had a nice 6-inch advance, and they've flown over there. So that's that quarter done. And then my Terminators, I've dropped down over here to get this quarter. So I'm definitely getting all 5 for engage. But attempting target, unless there's something left to charge, isn't really going to happen. And I think it's impossible anyway, because my heavy intercessor's advanced. So, yeah, but fine. So my heavy intercessor's advanced forwards past that platform area to create a Gravis wall in front of my Hellblasters, in case you want to come and charge something with what's left of them or your aberrants in the ruin. Hellblasters and Lieutenant Deep Strike down behind them to set up a nice firing squad. Vindicator Assassin's enjoying his view right now. And my Dreadnoughts and Tetmarine walked this way, holding the central objective, and also coming to deal with these chaps. I told the Ultramarine to shoot better again, because the Dark Angels know how to shoot. Intercessors just manoeuvred themselves so they can all get a nice firing line into essentially this chap here. And the Eradicators came on over here. They were walking down the hill all the time. And they're going to try and help eradicate them. So this lot here are going to try and kill them. Them over there are going to try and kill them. These are scoring points. I'll see if I can get a fluky charge into the room. Although they're a Terminator Assault Squad, I don't think I'm going to actually have enough attacks to deal with that squad. But you never know. So yes, it's going to be interesting. I reckon I can kill these 2 units, but they might come back again. So, you know, never going to keep you down. It's like playing Necrons, except for instead of getting back up, they just pop up.
Yeah.
It's like whack a Genestealer Cult, like whack-a-mole. Yeah, so straight into the shooting phase. Let's get the obvious thing done with, which is the intercessors into that guy. Right, I was just working out what my Astartes grenade launcher does, and you've done your strat on these guys to make them stealth, and if I'm more than 12 away, I can't shoot them.
Yeah, 1 with the darkness.
Yeah, and my intercessors are more than 12, so that's really annoying. But at least I know what the grenade launcher does now. So they can't shoot. So instead I'm going to go straight over to the Eradicators, and I will spend a CP on them to increase their range by 6 and AP by 1. So now that, because they're within 12 inches, they will now be in melter range, which, because you've got feel no pains, I want as much damage getting through to them as possible. So they're going to have 3 shots, hitting them 4s now though, but rerolling all hits because they're intercessors, not intercessors, eradicators, and then 6s explode as well, which is nice. So I'll reroll that. So I've hit you 3 times. Strength 9, so
-1.
So 4s because of your -1 thing, but rerolling because eradicators. So they've all wounded, and then each one is d6 damage re-rollable plus 2. So the first one, I won't re-roll that. The first one will have 7 feel no pains.
6, 7.
And
So because they're 3 wounds, I do 3 at a time.
Well, just it's all on one guy. So they're not spinning over.
Oh,
so one guy is taking 7 damage and dies.
So that kills 1 guy. Yeah.
Right, and then the next one will take. I'll re-roll that. 8 damage.
3, 6, 7, 8.
So does he die? Yes.
Yeah,
Although he had a good try at surviving.
Try, yeah.
And then the last one will take. I'll keep 3, so 5.
3, 4, 5.
And he
just
about dies.
Yeah, so that's 3 dead.
So 3 shots, 3 dead guys. Cool, that worked. That was a thing. And then I've got dreadnoughts, which are lined up to shoot them. So let's shoot them with some dreadnoughts.
Okay.
I will start with the Dark Angel one. I think. Right. I was going to start with the Dark Angel one, but the Ultramarines one is only just within 12 inches because you're taking them away from there, which is very annoying. Yeah. So I'm going to start with that one before he gets out of range of them, and he'll put everything into them. I'll supercharge the plasma, and I'll start with that. Okay. So it'll be D6 plus 1, plus an extra 1 because of blast. So 3. I'm going to CP that because what else am I going to spend command points on? 4, so 6 shots. Okay. And then he's getting +1 hit from the tech marine, but -1 hit because he's stealthy. Yep. So hitting on 3s. And then the 6 explodes.
Yep. So
everything's hit. And then strength 9, but 4s because you're -1 to wound thing. That's nice. Looking pretty good. So 5, each one 3 damage. So 3 feel no pains at a time. So the first one.
5 of them.
Is absolutely fine.
He makes it.
Yeah, next one.
Oops,
those don't count. And then he's got a wound left.
Down to 1 wound.
Another 3 on him. Now he dies.
Kills him.
And then the next one is still alive on a wound.
Yeah.
And another 3 on him. Kills him. So I've killed what, 2? Okay. Better than nothing.
Yep.
Right. There's still some left. Let's shoot the Onslaught Gatling gun at them, which will hit on 3s because +1 -1. 6s will explode. I've hit you every time. And then it'll wound you on 5s, but 6s will be devastating wounds.
Okay.
So just 2 devastating wounds.
Nice. Damage?
Just 1, so just 2 feel no pains on a guy.
That's it.
He didn't feel the pain.
No.
Okay, I'll shoot some Storm Bolters at him then. Which missed many times. And then wound on 5s, and they're twin linked because they're in his nipples. They do nothing. And then I've got a Icarus rocket pod for D3 shots for 2, which will hit on 3s. And it's from 8, so it'll win on 4s because you're -1. So that's 2. That's 2 damage each. I think it's -1 or 2. I will check. Yep, -1 the rocket pod, so 2 6-foot saves.
No.
It didn't help, and then 2 damage each. So the first one takes 2, and then he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 3 guys left, including the character. And now I might... Oh, hazardous check for the Dreadnought. He's fine. Right. Dark Angel Dreadnought. Rinse and repeat. I'll supercharge the Plasma again, because he's a Dark Angel.
Yeah.
You can't be a Dark Angel and not supercharge a Plasma. So let's start with that. So D6 plus 1. There's no blast this time. So just the 7 shots. But he will hit on 4s, because you're stealthy. But 6s will explode. That was pretty filthy. That's pretty filthy.
Yeah.
It's going to wound you on 4s. So that's not bad. So each one is 3 damage each because it's supercharging. So 3 feel no pains on one chap. So he takes 2 wounds. He's still alive.
Yeah.
And then another 3 on the same guy. Now he's dead,
Yeah.
just about. And then the next one takes a wound.
Yeah.
And another 3 on him.
Oh.
And he's dead. So it's just your character left now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've still got the rest of the shots going in. So let's heat things up with a heavy flamer. D6 for 4 automatic hits. I'll wound you on 5s. So just the 1 wound with a heavy flamer. It's AP 1, so you will get a 6-up save from that.
Yeah, so 6 up coming up.
As you stop, drop, and roll. No. 1 damage. So he takes a wound.
Particular wound.
And then I've got these storm bolters in the nipples,
Goes down to 4.
which hit once. And then don't wound, but twin length. Don't wound. And then the Icarus rocket pod for 2 shots, which hit on not that. So you survive.
Yeah.
And then I've got hazardous check. I survive as well.
And I need to roll for the unit. So on a 4 up, the aberrants come back.
Oh yes, okay. Let's do that now then. So they will come back.
4 up.
And that
So what happens is I place ambush marker down,
somewhere.
and at the end of your reinforcement step, they can come back.
So that's at the end of my next movement phase,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you have a think and decide where you want to put that.
Yeah.
Right, so the aberrants have disappeared, or been turned to slag, but they might appear over here later on. Or maybe somewhere else, because you've got ways of moving that.
Yep.
He's all by himself now, but he's still under the effect of your -1 to hit and can't shoot within 12 strat.
Yeah.
And nothing else can shoot him. So he survives, which is really annoying. Later on it will be a 10-inch charge from the Dreadnought, so I might do that, I don't know.
What are the guys in the building? Do they shoot?
Well, they advanced to get on the
they did,
objective.
yeah.
They haven't got any assault weapons, unfortunately. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go now over to the Hellblasters over there. I'm going to overcook and put everything into the Genestealers.
Yeah.
Because why not? So they're going to be hit on 3s, rerolling everything to both a moment.
Yeah.
6s will be lethal and explode because the Lieutenant and sustained hits.
Ouch.
Yeah. So, if it's not a 3, we'll get re-rolled. Which is many, actually. But luckily I've got it for a moment. So I get a couple of lethals and sustained, so I'll put them there for now. They've all hit. And then re-rolls for Oath. So I've got 4 lethal hits and 4 sustained hits. So 4 go back in. And strength 8 supercharging, so 2's to wound, yeah?
2's to wound,
Yeah. And then re-rolling for Oath a moment.
Man, that's so good.
It's a 300 point combo, which works pretty effectively. That many invulnerable saves. Right, so 22 wounds came through, but he's got a better invulnerable save. So we'll do the first 10 on your Genestealers and see how we get on.
So that's 5 ups.
So 5 ups. So
that's 1 dead, 2 dead.
2 damage each.
Oh, 2 damage each.
Yeah, so 4, 5, 6 gone so far.
6 dead.
So 4 more 5 ups.
6 dead. Am I rolling another 4, yeah?
4 more 5 ups, yeah. Because 4 Genestealers left. Now you got. So that's 2 more dead. So you got 2 more Genestealers left. So 2 more 5 ups. And then 1 more 5 up. And then we'll work out how many more saves you've got to make.
Yeah.
Right, so 5 more wounds to come through, and these are 4 invulnerable saves on the Patriarch now, 2 damage each, and he takes 6 damage.
Yeah, so that's in dead.
That's in dead as well, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bit painful.
Yeah.
I now have 10 hazardous checks to make, though.
Yeah. Let's hope you fail some.
Right, so 10 hazardous checks, because I supercharged. Any ones? No. Oh, that's really annoying, because I could have then potentially shot on death and shot the guys in the ruin. So they all survived, which is kind of good, I guess. I don't know. But then on the 4-up, those Genestealers could come back on later on.
Yep.
So let's see what you get. Ooh.
In the tray.
In the tray, yeah. They do.
They do.
So you can have a think about where that blip goes, and then I'll continue shooting things. Right, okay, so your Genestealers, when they come back, might come back over there.
Yep.
Which is very sneaky. The heavy intercessors advanced, but they've got assault bolt rifles, so they're going to shoot into the guys in the rear in there. So these will hit on freeze, and 6s will explode. Because army-wide sustained hits is a thing. Strength 5, but you're toughness 6, aren't you?
Yeah.
So 5s. Just the 1 wound. At AP 1, but you're in a rear end. So 5 up.
5 up.
And, and then feel no pain, 1 damage.
No,
oh.
takes a wound.
I've shot someone's finger off. And then I've got the Vindicator Assassin, which I think is the only thing I've got left to shoot with, apart from this guy's Storm Bolter. What can Vinny the Vindicator see? Let's have a look. Right, annoyingly, you keep hiding your characters behind walls rather than putting them in windows, so I can't actually shoot at any characters with the Vindicator, because they're behind rocks, they're behind the medic weird doctor guy's behind a wall.
Biophagous.
He's more than 12 inches away, can't shoot him, so I'm going to shoot the guy's head off again that just regrew a minute ago from when I previously shot his head off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use the special bullet because it'll be a waste.
Got the guy in Men in Black.
I've hit. Yeah. I'll kill on a 2. Yeah, there you go. I've shot his head off again.
And it's the same guy.
It's the same guy. Brilliant. Right. Terminator Captain Stormbolter will shoot into them as well. So rapid fire range, he'll hit on 2s. 6s will explode, didn't get any 6s. And this will wound on 3s. So 2, you get in cover, so 2 4-up saves, I guess.
They got 5-up save, yeah.
So 2 guys die unless they got feel no pains.
No.
They can feel the pain. Good. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that was a fairly successful shooting phase. I can't complain too much. I got rid of them, but they will be coming back again. And I got rid of them, but they will be coming back again. So
potentially, yeah.
But at least they'll be hopefully nowhere near objectives. But I've still got a big problem in that ruin that I have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely getting engaged. What I will try and do as well is try and charge these chaps in the ruin here. The Terminators will need a 9, and I can reroll because the captain.
Yeah.
So let's see what I can get. That's not a 9. I'll reroll it. That's definitely a 9. That's a 10. So in they go. Right, so the Terminator's made it, and then I've realised I was going to charge my Dreadnought into this chap because he's really annoying. So he needs a 10.
CP?
Yeah, because if I charge him, he's dead then. No, okay, fine, right. So back to the Terminators. I've piled them in. I'm going to go with the Lightning Claws first. There's 10 attacks because there's 2 guys with Lightning Claws, and they will hit you on freeze. Oh, hello, in the tray. So 1 miss and then 4 sustained hits. It's nice, isn't it? Having exploding 6s army wide is really good if you've got a lot of attacks. So they're going to win on freeze, and they're twin linked.
Okay.
Because lightning claws, and then at AP 2, so you won't get a save, right?
Yeah.
So that many, I think that's probably the unit dead because that
character's only got 3 wounds, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, I've done 13 wounds with just the lightning claws.
Yeah, so that's...
So they're wiped.
Yeah, so they're totally wiped.
But they will come back automatically somewhere.
They will come back somewhere, yeah.
Okay, I'll let you pick them up, and I can't consolidate because I've got nowhere to consolidate to. Okay. Those Terminators are having fun. Right, okay, so the end of the Deathwatch turn, I did score my 5 for engage on all fronts, so I've currently got 20 points. I ditched the tempting target and got myself a CP. And then Genestealer Cults turn, you had your home objective here for 5 points.
Yep.
And then your secondaries, you've got pretty good ones actually for your turn too. Behind enemy lines, that's nice and easy when you've got units in reserves or deep strike. And then overwhelming force, kill things on objectives, which isn't as easy because all I've got are veterans and dreadnoughts on objectives.
Yeah.
Or intercessors, to be fair, which you can potentially kill. So pretty good objectives for you. And then you've moved things around a bit and also not moved things around a bit. So the Abomination, whatever he's called.
Yeah, the Abominant, yeah.
Purple Hulk has run around here. He wants to try and kill them. And the guy I've got on the objective is the guy who's wounded, so he's going to be the first one to die. So you can easily knock me off with that objective. You shuffled those guys into the bottom corner of that ruin, lining up a charge through the wall into the Vanguard Vets to deal with them because they're quick and annoying. They're going to go on that objective and maybe line up a charge into my heavy intercessors, which is interesting. They stayed still so they can shoot a bit better, although they're still only hitting on 4s with their seismic things, which isn't that great, but it's better than hitting on 5s. And then you spent a CP on tunnel something or other?
Tunnel crawlers.
So you can appear within 3 inches, which these guys have done, because they've got demo charges.
Yeah.
And then Kellimorphs come on as well. So those two are getting you behind enemy lines, and they're going to try and kill this unit off an objective for overwhelming force.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So all your points hinge on the success of these 2 units.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
But yeah, it's definitely a good movement phase and potential for scoring points. So where would you like to start with your shooting?
We might as well start with the important one, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to spend 1 CP on them as well. Perfect ambush.
Nice.
So my shooting phase, 1 unit that has arrived from reserves that has not been able to shoot this phase. Basically improve the ballistic skill and the AP for ranged weapons by 1.
Nice. So all those hand flamers get an extra AP.
So the AP
demo
1.
charges now AP lots, I imagine.
Yeah, so I'm hitting slightly better as well.
Yeah, which helps with demo charges.
The demo charges I'm hitting on a 5, so this is going to take me to a 4.
So they hit on 4s now. And what's the AP of a demo charge?
It's AP 2.
So that would now be 3.
It's Assault, Blast, Hazardous.
Nice. Okay. I mean, if you didn't do that, I might have thought about Armour of Contempt, but I'm not going to bother now because I think they're dead. So, alright, what do you want to start with?
We might as well start with the demo charges. So they're D6 plus 3 each on their blast.
So it'll be D6 plus 4 each.
D6 plus 4.
Nice.
So I've got 2 in the unit.
Yeah.
Once per game.
Yeah. 3 bombs. So 4 plus 4 plus 4, so 12. That's maths, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 1 plus 4. Okay, so 12 shots, or whatever it was, hitting on 4s now because of your strat.
Yeah, and I get to re-roll hit rolls of 1 and wound rolls of 1 whilst they're in range of an objective.
Brilliant. Okay. So 4s re-rolling 1s.
4s. Oh, and I get sustained hits when I come in from deep strike as well.
You do. So you got no 1s.
That's 2 1s.
Oh yeah.
So I can re-roll them.
Yeah, and then you got 2 sustained hits as well.
That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss.
So decent number of hits, and their strength of billion, you told me. So you're winning on 2.
Strength 12.
So 2 to wound and re-rolling the 1s because I'm on objective, or you're on objective, or something. So many wounds. AP 3 now.
So that's 7 AP 3, 2 damage each.
That's right. I can roll. How many is that? Sorry.
7.
I can roll 7 6s. Not with just 7 dice though. If you give me 100 dice, I might be able to do it. They're dead. Because they're 2 damage each, aren't they? So.
Yes, they are.
Well, they're dead. So
beautiful.
That's definitely some points for overwhelming force.
Yeah.
So that's a shame. And you've nicked my home objective as well.
Yes.
So very good. Okay. What's next for the Genestealer Cults?
We'll go with the Kellimorph next.
Oh, hazardous checks as well.
Yeah.
So 2 dice, get some 1s. Yay! One of the guys, it detonated a bit too close to him.
Okay. That's fine. It's once per battle anyway, so.
Yeah, it's one less guy I got to kill though, right?
Yeah. So Kellimorph, I'm not sure if he's going to be in range because I wasn't planning on killing him.
With just the demo charges.
Yeah.
Quick question, actually. Obviously, it's once per game for the unit. If the unit dies and comes back again, does it?
I don't know about that. That's one of those.
Because do units coming back again, are they classed as a new unit, or is it?
It says an identical unit to what's been destroyed, but
identical unit.
There is chat out there about because it's once per battle.
Yeah, and it has to be an identical unit. So if the unit that died has already used it, then the identical unit has to have already used it as well. Yeah, interesting.
Sure it'll be FAQ.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. So he's not going to shoot now because he's out of range.
Oh, goody.
So that's. So he's got no weapons. He's got no guns.
Just these chaps
so these
and
guys
those in there, right?
So if we just work out what we've got in range and stuff, and we'll come back.
Right, so we've done some measuring because some are in rapid fire and some aren't.
Yep.
We're going to start with the seismic cannons from them going into the Terminators, which are in cover. So I thought about using armor content, but don't really need to. So starting with the seismic cannons, many shots hitting on 4s because you stayed still. So I mean, the hit on 4s helped a little bit. Not a massive amount. You got A4. But it's strength 6 or something you said. So
strength 6.
3's to wound then.
So 3.
3. Okay, 3 2-ups because AP 1 but cover.
Yep.
So 2-up saves. They're all good.
Cool.
Okay, and then you've got some flashlights and a flamer.
Yeah, so these were rapid fire 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we go 7, 8.
So 8 flashlights.
6.
See if you can blind the Terminators with flashlights.
These are hitting on 4s.
Yep. And then winning on 5s, I imagine. Toughness 5.
Yeah.
1.
1.
1 2-up save. Oh no!
Yay! Flashlights.
Just to be really annoying, I'll do once per battle round 3 CP with them. I'll do a CP reroll.
Okay.
Oh! Right. That's annoying.
We had one flamer. The one flamer was in, so it ignores cover.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Torrent, so D6 attacks for 1.
1, nice. Which wounds though?
Yeah.
Any AP?
No AP.
Oh, so 2-up again. Yeah, I made that one. I can make a 2-up. There we go.
Cool.
You wounded a guy with a shield. Okay.
I think that's it for shooting.
Alright.
I don't want to shoot with them because I want to make the charge.
Yeah. So where would you like to charge first? Because I haven't overwatched this turn yet. So that could be a thing.
We'll start with these guys.
Okay. Okay, so busting through the wall into the Vanguard vets, you need a 6-inch charge. They make it comfortably, so that they'll go 8 inches in just a moment.
That's an 8 for them.
And then where else did you want to go? Over here or over there?
We'll go Abominant.
I will... Because I've got a couple of heavy flamers in that unit.
Don't forget when you kill him, he comes back to life.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But if I kill him now...
On a 2-up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not guaranteed, but yeah.
Yeah, but if I kill him now... When does he stand up at the end of the phase or something?
He stands up, yeah. Outside of engagement range, but as close as possible.
Okay. Yeah, spend the CP on Overwatch because I've got a couple of heavy flamer guys in here. So let's shoot 2 heavy flamers from the Infernus Heavy Bolters first. So 2d6 auto hits for 11. I'll take that. So 5 plus 6. When you're on 5 though, because you are a tough nut at toughness 6. Yeah. So looking for 5s. Oh, that was a bad roll. I got a wound. Oh.
AP.
1 and ignore cover. So 6-up save?
6-up.
And then a feel no pain.
4-up. No.
Okay, so he's down to 3 wounds. Right, I've got a combi weapon. Come on, 6s. No. And then I've got 2 bolt guns. Come on, 6s. Oh, 2 6s and they're sustained hits, so I've hit you 4 times.
Nice.
5 to wound. And 2 wounds as well.
AP.
No AP.
So 5-ups. Make 1 fail.
And then I feel no pain, yeah.
1 damage.
Yeah.
So he's down to 2 wounds.
Yes. Oh, I missed a couple of bolt gun shots, didn't I? Your Xenos. I can reroll hits.
Okay.
No, they still miss. And the combi weapon missed those 2 shots as well, didn't he? No, still missed. Right, okay. I'm remembering rules though. I almost killed him.
So I can roll the charge now. So 6.
He's definitely in.
So
yeah.
he's in.
Yeah. Can't believe I've got 11 shots with the flamers and 1 wound.
That was pretty good.
Well, it was good for you. And they've got a long charge into the heavy intercessors, I'm guessing. Is that like an 8?
They're an 8, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
See if they can get in. No.
No.
1 point?
Yeah, we'll CP. And I'll use fresh dice.
Fresh
as well.
dice.
No!
Ah, you picked up the wrong 2 dice. That's what it was. Right, okay.
So I failed both my charges on this off this objective.
Yeah, because
I failed it with the Genestealers.
Yeah, I mean it was a much longer one with the Genestealers, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so they're staying there. They're on the objective.
Yeah, at least I've got to get rid of them now.
So I'll move these guys in then.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Right, we're starting with the Acolytes into the Vanguard Vets, because you're aware I've got CPs to interrupt, and you didn't really want me to hit you first, because you might die. So we're doing all the knives and things from the Banner guy and all the other guys. I haven't done any armor contempt, so I reckon that unit's dead anyway. So after you, and you're hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Nice.
So I'll take out the 1s.
There's only a few 2s actually, that's not too bad.
Take out the misses. And I'll re-roll these ones. So
Helped a little bit. And these ones are strength.
These are strength 4.
So force to win. So
1, 2, 3, 4. Just a 6.
Oh, I thought there'd be more than that. I imagine you did as well. AP1, yeah?
6 at AP1, yeah.
So 4 ups. So 1 damage each?
Yeah.
You killed a guy.
Okay.
Right, Cult Leader.
So 5s, re-rolling 1s.
Just
luckily.
as well, yeah.
I did 3s, not 5, sorry.
Yeah. 5 attacks.
Yeah, so strength 5.
So 3s to wound. So
just a 2.
Just a 2.
Minus 2 this time though.
That's right, they've all got shields now, so 4 ups. Oh.
Yeah, they're fine.
And
And then the mining tool. So 2 lots of mining tools. So it's a total of 4 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Rerolling
ones.
Yeah. Okay. And these are wounding on 2s, right?
Yeah, wounding on 2s. And it's minus 2, 3 damage each.
Shields for the win! Killed 2 guys.
Cool.
Okay. I survived more than I thought I would.
Yep.
So I guess I'm kind of happy with that.
Yep.
You've only got 2 wounds left. Do I interrupt? Right, I've done it. I spent 2 CP. I've interrupted. I've piled in, so I've definitely swarmed the objective. But I want to kill you, so then you can get back up again. So start with the sergeant with his 4 attacks with his Xenophage blade. He'll hit you on 3s. Reroll everything because filthy Xenos. So everything's hit. But when you're on 5s, so just the 1 wound, which we 1 feel no pain.
What's the AP on it?
AP2.
Okay.
Yeah. So he takes a wound, so he's got 1 left.
For 1 wound, yeah.
And then I've got some guys punching you. Alright, the rest of them punching you in the face will hit on 3s and reroll everything because filthy Xenos. That's lots of sustained hits as well. I like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit you more times than I had attacks. Apparently they're good at punching Xenos. They'll wound you on 5s, and then you get 5 up saves. So just the 4.
So 4 5-ups.
Followed by 4 up feel no pains.
So I failed all them, and then 1 damage each.
Yeah.
So 4-ups.
Oh, he just dies. Just
died.
And then
do I
on
CP?
So you can't CP feel no pains.
Oh, no,
it's only saving throws,
yeah.
You can roll a dice, so on a 2 you'll get back up again.
Yep.
He'll get back up
again.
But not in engagement range, which is key.
But as nearest to the place where he died.
Yeah. Right, so he got back up again, and the nearest you could put without engagement range is the other side of that door. So he's in there, in cover. What it is, I punched him in the face, and he sort of crawled out and through the doorway. And my guys were happy to see you go through the door, to be honest. I'm going to hit you back over there with the Vanguard Vets. They'll hit you on 3s, and they get lethal hits, Vanguard Vets. Actually,
nice.
No. Oh, hang on. Note the Vanguard Vets won't have lethal hits. That's only when I charge, you charge me. So I'm hitting you on 3s, but 6s will still explode. Because sustained hits. So I've missed a couple, but I've got an explode. Strength 5, so I'm assuming 3s.
Toughness 4, yeah.
That's not very good. That's not very good at all. 2 at AP1, 1 damage.
So 2 6-ups. And then he gives him 5 up, feel no pain.
Oh, yeah. So I've killed a guy.
Killed a guy.
Oh, well, fine. Yeah, so that's the end of the turn. You scored 5 from behind enemy lines, so these 2 units here, and you killed a unit off an objective, so that's an extra 3. So you got 8 points that turn, which was pretty good. So it's now some points to some points. 22, what's that? 16?
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty close, and we'll go into Deathwatch turn 3. Right, so it's Deathwatch turn 3, so I had 10 points on the primary for these 2 objectives, which I've just realised we didn't put on the board, but I did get 10 points. For Oath of Moments, so I selected your Aberrants over there, and then I activated my once per game second Oath of Moment and put it on them. So I'm going to try and delete both of those units. I gave my Ultramarine Dreadnought +1 to hits, because the Dark Angel one knows how to shoot. I think that's getting old by now. The Vanguard Vets passed their battle shot. Luckily they were just out of 12 inches from your guy with the staff there. And they've just jumped over there and fallen back to disrupt both of your tokeny things, so you can't come back on with those units. The Terminators were just carrying on their relentless march towards annoying cultists. These guys have sort of turned around and formed a firing line onto your guy in there, as have the Eradicators on the other side. It's funny that Genestealer Cults are going to be caught in a crossfire, which is interesting. I'll use your old rule against you.
That's it.
Dreadnoughts have moved around a little bit. He's going to go and try and kill them. He's going to try and kill them. Tech Marine is standing in the middle because I got deployed Teleport Homer, so he'll do that to get me 3 points. And then Storm Hostile Objective, essentially it'll be charging them and maybe running in and charging what's left over there if anything's left. Heavy Intercessors have moved, so I can potentially get the charge off over there. Hellblasters stayed still because they got Heavy and Assault Plasma, so they can stand still and hit on 2s, which is nice. And the Vindicare Assassin jumped down from the little building to get within 12 of this chap, and also to get rid of your little blip that was over there.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm going to shoot him in the head in a minute, and all your blips are no longer on the board, which
That's
is nice.
correct, yeah.
But you do have a unit left in Deep Strike. So that is a thing. So hopefully delete some more units this turn, and I'm spreading out nicely to stop things from coming back again, which is what you've got to do against Genestealer Cults.
Yeah, you really do, yeah.
Luckily, Deathwatch are probably one of the more mobile Space Marine chapters because I can teleport things and deep striking and stuff. And Vanguard Vets have been priceless this game.
They were great, yeah.
I like having speed. The Rhino is normally quite quick as well, but it's in like a little heap over here somewhere. But anyway, I'll start off with the shooting phase with shooting 3 Eradicators into the guy that's in there.
Okay.
Because that's going to be fun. And army wide this time, I went with lethal hits this turn because I've already done sustained hits. So 3 Eradicators shooting your, what's he called?
Abominant.
The Abomination. On 3s, rerolling all hits because they're Eradicators. So 2 have hit. Strength 9, but he's -1 a wound, isn't he? Or is that just the unit?
No, it's just when with the unit, yeah. So
okay, so winning on 3s then.
6, yeah.
And then don't need to reroll. So that is 2 AP lots, so they're both going to go straight through.
Yeah.
And then they'll both be D6 damage. And hang on. Yeah, they're in melter range, and I can reroll the damage, so I'll reroll that one. So 10 plus 4. 14, feel no pains. It's alright, it's got 5 wounds, it'll be fine, right? These 4 feel no pains, though, they are very annoying.
14.
Yeah, he's died. He gave it a good go, though.
Yeah.
He saved quite a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's melted to slag. Again. Well, to be fair, the first time I just punched him in the face, didn't I? And he ran off.
He doesn't come back this time.
Right, moving over to the Terminator Captain. He's got a Storm Bolter. He's going to shoot some cultists in the face. He's hit them both. Wound them once. So 1 normal save. And one's been shot in the face.
Take that one.
Right, let's move over to the Redemptor Dreadnought here. And I'm going to put absolutely everything into that unit there.
Yep.
They've got 1 wound each or 2 wounds each?
1 wound.
Okay, I won't supercharge then because I know
you
you've got
5 up feel no pain from the Icon Ward.
the guy with the standard.
Yeah.
Right, let's put lots of shots into them. I will start off with the plasma for D6 plus 1 plus an extra 2 because of blast. So D6 plus 3. I will not supercharge. So 7 shots. 5, 6, 7. Hitting on 2s because Tech Marine. And then they're my second Oath of Moment, so I'm re-rolling everything. So 2s, re-rolling. That's a lethal. And then strength 8, so 2s. And then re-rolling. So 4, 6. There's lots of AP, so 6 lots of 2 feel no pains, basically. So you could do 6 dice, and if any pass, just roll them again. Because they're all 1 wound each, aren't they? So re-roll that one for the second damage. No, so that's 6 dead.
Yeah.
Not bad for a plasma to the face. Alright, so that's some of them dead. I'll go into them with the Onslaught Gatling gun now. So this will hit on 2s because it's Tech Marine and reroll because of Oath. Oh, that's really cocked. Okay, I've got a few lethal, which I don't really want with a Gatling gun because it's got devastating wounds, but fine. So force to wound, reroll because of Oath. Okay, so I've got 5 wounds and 1 devastating wound. So 5 normal saves, which is 5 ups.
Yep.
Okay, so
I make 1.
And then you've got 4 feel no pains plus the mortal wounds, so 5 feel no pains basically.
1 damage each,
yeah.
So 3 more dead.
So that's 3 more dead. Oh, it's just the character left now. So everything else is going into him then, I guess. So Storm Bolters. 2s. Rerolling for Oath. And then Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, yeah.
So Oath a moment. 4, no EP.
4 5 ups.
Followed by 5 ups.
I'm not sure he gets himself a...
Yeah, so because I declared all the shot while it was still a unit, you're still getting all your unit
Okay.
abilities and things. Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
So you still get 5 up for no pain.
Nope.
So he takes a wound.
So he's down to 2.
And then I've got the rocket pod for 3 shots. Which will hit on 2s. And reroll for Oath. And it's with 8, so 2s, rerolling for Oath. So 3 at AP 1.
So 3 6 ups.
And then they're 2 damage each, so that's 6 feel no pains.
So first one, that's all. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that worked. Right, so they died, so you put your blip now over there, because I'm everywhere except for in my own deployment zone.
Yeah.
At the moment, basically. I think going first definitely helps against Genestealer Cults, because you can spread out quicker.
Yeah.
I think Genestealer Cults are better at going first, for definite. But moving on to this Dreadnought now, the one who doesn't need buffing by the Tech Ring. We'll shoot everything into them. So I'll start with a Heavy Flamer to heat things up. It will hit you 3 times. Toughness 4, so 3s. No, just 1 wound at AP 1 and ignoring cover.
It's 6 up.
And they don't have feel no pain.
No,
So one of them's burnt to a crisp. And then the plasma will be D6 plus 1, and there was 10, wasn't there? So D6 plus 3. 8. My plasmas are doing quite well today.
No, there was only 9 in the unit, because you'd already killed one. So 9, yeah, there was.
Oh, there was only 9, okay. Yep.
9.
Drop one of those then. Right, so hitting you on 3s. And then I've got 3 lethal hits. Although I'm winning on 2s anyway. Like that. So that's 6 more burnt to a crisp with plasma. AP 3, damage 2.
Straight through, 3 more.
And then I've got the Storm Bolters. Which will hit on 3s.
3 more.
Everything hits. And then falls to wound. Twin linked because they're in his nipples. 2 normal saves. So you'll get cover because there's rocks in the way. So
2 5 ups.
yeah. Well, 4 ups because you made them anyway.
Okay.
And then the rocket pod for D3 shots. For 2, which will hit on 3s. And it'll win on 2s. It's AP 1, but you're in cover. So 1 5 up.
Yep.
And 1's been blown up by a rocket pod.
Okay.
So you've still got a few left in that unit. Okay.
And he gets to shoot as well.
Oh yeah. Does he have to shoot back at the same unit though, or is it just he gets to shoot? Let's double check.
I'm just going to read it up.
Right, yeah, so we can shoot, and it doesn't have to be at the same unit that shot your unit. So you're going to shoot my assassin before he shoots you.
Yep, pretty much.
Very cheeky. So you're going to hit on 3s, because I'm stealthy. Well, the stealth helped me a couple of times. That's nice. And no sustained hits.
No sustained hits, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, because that would have been D3 many more attacks.
Strength 5.
So 3s to wound, yeah. Just the 1. Oh dear.
Just the 1. No AP, 1 damage.
So A 4 plus invul for my stealth suit. Oh, apparently I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No mind.
I guess it'd be rude not to shoot him back now with my Exodus rifle, right?
It would, yeah.
I'll load my special bullet and shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
So I'll hit you on a 2.
Yep.
That's a 6. That's a critical hit. So that's worth remembering because that'd be more damage. And then it's strength 7, so I'm winning you on a 3?
Yeah, he's only toughness 3.
Oh, I'm winning on a 2 then.
Yeah, 2.
So that's wounded. You don't get any saves.
Can't use my invulnerable now. Oh,
No, the special bullet ignores all saving throws. It's
Eesh.
only once per game.
And the damage on that is.
So normally it's D3 plus 3, but I've got a critical hit, so it's going to be more damage.
He's only got 3 wounds anyway. So
oh well, many. Right. Okay. So yeah, I shot him. Then what was going on? Oh yeah, Hellblasters. So I'm supercharging the Hellblasters, and your guys are quite tough. And you've spent a CP on giving them stealth, which is nice. I've spent a CP to give my guys anti-infantry 2+. So I'm going to be hitting you on 3s instead of 2s, so that counts as my heaviness. But I've obviously got Oath of Moment, and then any wounds of 2 or more just become critical wounds. So I bypass your -1 to wound thing that they've got, because they've got a character. There's lots of shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s now, but re-rolling, and I'm getting lethal hits. Not lethal and sustain now, just lethal. But I've got a few lethals already. And then 3s, let's keep the 3s over there. There's lots of misses, look. That -1 to hit helped.
I did. I was worth doing.
But I've got the rerolls. So it only helped a little bit. A couple more lethal hits. And then these will now win on 2s, because anti-infantry 2+. Because I'm assuming they are infantry.
Yes, they are, yeah.
They're not quite big enough to...
There's a few ones there.
Yeah, I've got Oath of Moment, though.
God damn.
So I've dropped that's 18 at AP3.
So 18 straight through damage.
Damage 2 each. So this is going to be lots of feel no pains. I think what we'll do is we'll do the feel no pains and we'll see what the damage is.
Yeah.
Right, after many 4-up feel no pains that were made, I only killed 5, which was very impressive for the abominants. What are they called?
Aberrants.
Aberrants. So I've still got the Lieutenant's bolt pistol to shoot, which will hit on a... no, that will miss, because they're -1 to hit on... Oh no, it hits on 2s normally, so that will hit. And then wounds on a 2, because of anti-infantry 2+. So 1 at -1 from the heavy bolt pistol.
So 6 up.
And then 1 feel no pain. So
it.
he didn't even tick a 1. Now I have 10 hazardous checks.
Come on.
Ooh, because they're all supercharged. 2
Oh.
of them die. But that's fine, because on 3-ups they can shoot. Which is nice. One of them shoots back. I'll supercharge him and shoot at the aberrants again.
Okay.
So that's a lethal hit, and then this will still win on a 2+, because it's until the end of the phase. So 4 more feel no pains on a guy next. None of them are wounded now. Maybe that's your worst feel no pain so far.
So that's another one dead.
So that's another one dead, but 2 Hellblasters died in the making of this film. Right, and then there were 4. So let's shoot the heavy intercessors into them as well. But it will be -1 to hit because of your... What's the name of the strat? Stealthy something or other?
One with the darkness.
That one. So hitting on 4s, no lethal hits, but rerolling all hits because of the Oath of the Moment. I'm a bit of an oath. Lethal. And then you're toughness 6, aren't you?
Yeah.
So 5s. So just 2. AP1. So 2 6 ups. And then 1 damage each, so 2 feel no pains.
No, so you take 2 wounds off 1.
So 1's down to a wound. Okay, that was interesting. I think that's my shooting done, because they've got nothing to shoot at. Yes. Right, let's do some charges. I'm not sure if they'll survive, but I want to storm a hostile objective.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they're fairly tough at toughness 6 and things, so let's charge them in. Let's do it. 6, that's easy enough. We'll move them in a minute. And then my Terminators here, we'll charge them.
Yep.
And 6 should make it for them as well. I'm good at rolling 6s and 2 dice. And that is it. Yes. Right, okay, so successful charges. Terminators have gone in. Oh, you need to take a battle shot with them, because I've charged you with a Terminator Assault Squad.
Okay.
That's my ability. I'm not sure it'll make any difference, but I'm remembering rules.
Leadership 7.
Okay. There you go, you're not battle shocked. To be honest, you probably weren't shocked because you saw them coming. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're loud enough and big enough.
Yeah.
Starting with the Lightning Claws, which will hit you on 3s. And that's a lethal hit. And a couple of misses. And then there's Strength 5, so 3s. And then re-rolling because twin linked. Which I'm glad they are, because it still wasn't very good. So
They're quite scary, these neophytes.
Yeah, so 4 AP2.
So that's 4 dead.
Okay. And then I've got 3 guys with hammers, and that's it then, because the captain couldn't get in range. So the hammers will hit you on 4s. That's a lethal hit, and then these will win on 2s, and I'm looking for 6s for devastating wounds, really. And I've got one. Okay, so 4 guys at AP 2 damage 2.
So that's 4 dead.
And then 2 mortal wounds.
So 6 dead.
So that's
I'll have to check the character. I mean, he's got 3
there's
wounds.
4 dead, and then 1 mortal wound on him, and then 1 mortal wound on him. So you'll have the character left on.
Those are dead. 1, 2,
3, 4,
4, 5, and then I think he'll be down.
And then 1 mortal wound on him. So you will survive. Right, so I've killed another unit. The character's alive on 2 wounds because the mortal wounds from the hammer spilled over. And you've chucked another blip down there. You're going to be popping up in my deployment zone soon. Heavy intercessors are now punching your aberrants.
Yep.
They're going to hit them on 3s, and they've still got lethal hits because my army's got lethal hits at the moment. And I still have Oath of Moment as well. That's a lot of lethal hits. I'm literally only punching you though, so I don't expect it to do too much, but that's a good start. And the reroll the hit. Nope. And then I'm wounding you on 5s with rerolls for Oath of Moment.
That's pretty good so far.
It's not bad, is it? I think I'll take that, to be honest. 3, 6, 10. 10 5-up saves followed by 4-up shrugs. I might kill another one. That's a good roll though.
Okay, so those are all saves.
And 4-up feel no pains. I've got one down to a wound.
Yep. Oh, one's on a wound, so you kill him.
Oh, so he dies and then one goes down to 2. Oh, I should kill another one. Right, so we've just been working out the rules and things for your aberrants and your biophagus,
yeah.
hitting my heavy intercessors. So what are you going to start with?
We'll start with the aberrants.
Okay.
So I've used the biophagus once per battle ability to make him anti-infantry 2+.
Very nice.
He also gets some lethal hits as well.
Cool.
So we're going to be hitting on 3s.
Yep. And you got a lethal hit. And a couple of misses. Did they reroll any hits? No, that was your other unit earlier, wasn't it? Yeah. And then these are winning on 2s now because you're only infantry 2+. Very handy. So that's 7.
Yeah.
AP
2, 3 damage each.
So 7 AP2. So 5-up saves or death. Death. That's the unit.
Cool.
Oh. Okay. Right. So I mean, that didn't work, but this worked. So I still got Storm Hostile Objective. I essentially gave myself 2 goes to try and get one, and I got it. And the Tech Marine had fun deploying a teleport hammer. So I'll get my 8 secondary points. So I'm now on 38. It's your 20. What are we on? Something. And then at the start of your turn, as long as you're not battle shots, you will have a couple of objectives.
Yeah.
So we'll come back for Genestealer Cults turn 3 and see what's what. Right, it's Genestealer Cults turn 3, and you had 2 primary objectives. You had that one there and that one there. You passed your battle shot with your aberrants.
Yeah.
But you had to spend a CP on Insanely Brave.
Yeah.
On that unit, but it was worth it because it got you extra 5 victory points.
Yeah.
And then a few of them came back because of your banner thing and you're on an objective, so that's nice. You got 10 victory points. For secondaries, you drew one that you didn't like and you spent a CP to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think it was Bring It Down.
Bring It Down, yeah.
So you weren't really going to kill the Dreadnoughts, realistically anyway. But you have got Deploy Teleport Hammer, which is perfect because you've got a unit standing right there.
Yeah.
And then your other one is Assassinate, so it's Operation Kill the Vindicator.
It is, yeah.
Because you haven't got any precision to target the Lieutenant or the Terminator Captain.
No.
And there was no way you could really get in range of the Tech Marine.
No.
So get some revenge for the Vindicator killing your Killamorph, I guess?
Yeah.
For 5 victory points?
Yeah, we're running out of options now. We're
a bit thin on the ground.
Yeah, my clan with us is
Yeah.
cowered behind the...
He fell back behind the wall.
Yeah.
And then these guys are running towards my Dreadnoughts.
Yeah. Away from the Hellblasters.
Yeah, it's a wise move. I was thinking about overwatching you, but I don't think I'd probably kill only one, even with Oath of Moment, because they're tough to kill. Even when I was hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s, I still only killed like 5 or 6 of them. So, yeah. and then you've got a few blips here as well. So in a minute, there's going to be lots of Genestealer Cults here, and Deathwatch will be everywhere else probably.
Yeah,
Which is interesting because you started over here and I started over there.
Yeah. So you got some pretty good board control now.
Yeah, which you need anyway in 40k, but it's even more important against Genestealer Cults because they like big open spaces.
They do.
So into your shooting phase then, I guess.
Yeah,
and you're
so
going
it's
to
just
start shooting the assassin?
Yeah, just the Acolytes, Hybrids, and the Primus has got a pistol as well.
Optimus Primus.
Optimus Primus.
So, is he blue and red? He's not, is he? That's a shame.
No. So we'll start with him. He's got needle pistol.
Oh,
so 18
that sounds painful.
Yeah, ignores cover pistol, anti-infantry 2+.
When you deep strike them, they were all within 12 of my assassin, weren't they? Because obviously I've got lone operative. Did you want to check? I mean, I think they probably are, but I just suddenly remembered I have got that. If you wanted to manoeuvre them slightly, or are they all in?
They're all within 12. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so one needle pistol. I do have stealth though, so you will be -1 to hit me.
Yep. So he hits on a 2 anyway. So
3.
He's hitting on a 3.
Ah, stealth.
Yay!
It works.
God,
Cool. And then what else have you got? You got flamers and things, haven't
Yeah,
you?
we've got lots of flamers.
Yes.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flamers.
Yeah, my stealth suit's not going to help against flamers, unfortunately.
7 flamers.
So 7d6 auto hits. That looks okay.
Yeah.
A couple of 1s, but a couple of 6s.
Yeah.
Right, strength 3 with the hand flamers. Many auto hits, winning on 5s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 6, 4+ invulnerable saves, because that's all I've got with the Vindicare. I'm not in cover. And they ignore cover anyway, right? So
Yep.
6 4-ups. That's a very dead assassin.
Yes.
You have assassinated the assassin.
Nice.
Cool.
Vengeance.
For Cadia. No, for Genestealer Cults.
Didn't measure that up though, did I?
Right, charge phase. You're going to start with your aberrants into the Dreadnought. It's probably like a 5 or a 6 or something. Yeah. I might overwatch them. No, I'll save my CP. Go for it.
5.
So they're in.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking of charging them into the Hellblasters, which is an 11. I'm not going to overwatch them. They can go for it. No!
Right.
Okay, so you got into the Dreadnought, so let's move that in. Right, so the aberrants have gone in. Many attacks hit on 3s and 6s auto win, because you've got lethal hits. So that's nice. And you get A6.
Yeah.
And many 2s. Yeah. Now I'm toughness 10.
Strength 8.
So 5s. 2.
Brilliant.
And AP 2, wouldn't it, I think
Yeah.
we said. So 4+ saves. Damage?
3 each.
Which becomes 2 each, so 4 damage. 8 remaining. Oh,
and then we've got the Hypermorph Tail, which we have never even used yet because it hasn't been relevant. So it hits on 3s.
Oh.
No. And then the Biophagus, he's got Injector Goad.
Cool.
This is terrible. So hits on 3s.
No.
Okay.
Okay, well,
That's that one.
at least the Tech Marine's got something to do now, right?
Yeah.
He's got Dreadnought to repair. Yeah. That's why you ditched Bring It Down.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so at the end of your turn, you have deployed a teleport helmet and you have got Assassinate. So it's
Yeah.
10 points for Genestealer Cults,
Yep.
which is vital to stay in it. And then at the end,
He gets the fight back as
I'll
well.
hit you back.
Yeah.
So let's do that. And then after I've hit you back, I will actually spend a CP and put all of my units to the Teleportarium. So that's fun. But I'll hit you on 2, because he was the one that was buffed by the Tech Marine.
Yep.
And that's still my for moment target. So hit on 2s, re-rolling, and I've got lethal hits still. That was handy. Strength 12, so 2s but 3s because you're -1 a wound, right?
Yep.
So 3s. Oh, I'm good at rolling 6s apparently.
Wow.
That's 5 at -2,
So it's straight through.
and then 3 damage each. So
So-
3 Fiono Pains on the first guy.
Okay.
He's dead.
So he's dead.
And then the next one is dead. Oh
He's
dear.
dead. So that's 1 left now.
And then the next one is still alive on a wound. And then the next one kills him. And then I've
Yeah.
got 3 damage on your Biophagus.
Yeah.
Who's got-
He's just dead. He's just flat dead.
Oh.
He's only got 3 wounds.
Okay, so I now know how to kill your aberrants. It's with a Dreadnought.
Yeah. So on a 4+, do they come back?
Oh, yes.
That is the one.
Let's see if that happens.
On a
You
4+.
need them. No, so that unit won't be coming back. So you've still got a few units
Yeah.
there.
Still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential units to come back.
Yeah, but you've only got 2 blips because I got rid of some, didn't I? So okay, all right. So at the end of your turn now, I'll spend my CP, and I will pick up a unit. I will pick up the Deathwatch Veterans. Okay, I can't remember where I got to. So yeah, I spent a CP to teleport my Deathwatch Veterans at the end of your fight phase, and then we both got CP at the start of my turn. I got Cleanse and Assassinate as the objectives. I spent my CP to get rid of... What did I get? Extend battle lines, because that needed me to have my home objective. You're all over my home objective. So I got rid of that, and I got Cleanse instead. So Assassinate and Cleanse. Do actions on objectives that aren't in my deployment zone, and kill characters. So, what happened? My Vanguard Veterans were battle shots, so they couldn't do an action. So they're going to go over there and try and kill that character. The Terminators walked over it there as well, but they'll probably just cleanse that objective. Techmarine healed the Ultramarine Dreadnought and gave him +1 hit, and he's going to cleanse the middle objective there. The Eradicators advanced and just spread out and ran onto this objective. It was sticky anyway, but it just stops you from bringing them things over here. Because for primaries, I had 1, 2, 3 objectives, but I can only max 10 for this mission anyway. Over a moment, I put on your big unit. Dreadnoughts were both walked over there to deal with the big unit. The Hellblasters tried to get a cheeky advance and nick your sticky objective. Couldn't quite get there, but they can still shoot because they're assault weapons. And then my Deathwatch Veterans teleported back here and found some blips and removed them.
Yeah. That was good for you.
Yeah, Deathwatch teleport shenanigans.
It's
it's what they do. I imagine Grey Knights would be quite good against Genestealer Cults as well, because Grey Knights can pick up and teleport things all over the place. You need movement and mobility to kill Genestealer Cults.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So, a fairly successful movement phase. Essentially, I just need to kill these units now and then keep screening you out. Essentially. So, let's start with the shooting of the shooty variety. Words and things. Let's shoot these guys into that unit there. So I've got 2 heavy flamers and some bolt guns and things. So 2d6 automatic hits with the heavy flamers. Oh, and I chose precision hits for my army thing because I got that. I don't think it's going to make much difference, but just in case. So heavy flamers into the unit on the objective for 5 auto hits. And strength 5, so 3 to wound.
Yeah.
So that is 3 at AP1 and ignoring cover. So 6s.
AP1 flamers, how nice. That's 2 dead.
Cool. And then I've got some bolt guns. Let's shoot some bolt guns. Which will hit on 3s. And Deathwatch Veterans reroll hits against you. Didn't help. And then toughness.
4.
So 4s to wound with the bolt guns. 1 wound with a bolt gun, no AP.
Hey!
Fine. And then a combi weapon, which will hit you on both of those. So they're precision hits, but that's going to mean nothing because there's no characters. But that'll wound you on that, and that's a mortal wound because it's a combi weapon.
They're not re-rolling, are they?
Not to wound, no. So you got through no pain, have they? Or? No, so it's just 1 dead. Yeah, combi weapons have devastating wounds and anti-infantry 4+, so that's quite good. So that's one of them dead. They advance, they can't shoot. Let's put all the Hellblasters into them. They're toughness 4, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh, let's supercharge. Why not? Right, so Hellblasters supercharging into those guys. They're the over moment target. So freeze, and then re-rolling because of over moment. So I've got 4 lethal hits there, which are also precision. So because they're critical hits, so I'll put those to one side because I could use them to shoot some characters. And re-roll for Oath, so everything's hit. And then these wound on 2s, because it's strength 8 from supercharging. Yikes. And then re-roll for Oath. Okay, so 4, 8, 12 AP 3/2 damage.
So that's 12. That's the unit wiped. Is that 12?
12, yeah. How many have you got there?
2,
10?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And then 4 damage on a character, then I guess.
So I'll take it on. So the Locust gives.
Do they have invulnerable saves, any of those characters, or not?
The Locust gives other character models in the unit are 4 up, feel no pain. So I'll take it on the Primus.
Okay, so we can have 4 feel no pains.
What? He's got a 5 up invulnerable.
Okay, so 2 5+ invulnerable saves first then. Let's do that.
So 2 5 up invulnerables on the Primus.
Okay.
So it makes 1.
And then he's got 2 damage, so
2 4 up, feel no pains.
So he takes 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Okay.
So he's down to 2 wounds.
Right, and then I had 4 lethal and precision hits. So I will put... does the bodyguard guy get feel no pain himself, or is it just other characters?
I'll reread it, but I think it's just other... fight first. Whilst his models leading unit models... other character models have a feel no pain.
Does he have an invulnerable save?
He is a 4 up invulnerable.
Okay, so
he has a 4 up invulnerable and gives the Primus a 4 up feel no pain, and the Primus is a 5 up invulnerable.
Alright, okay. Let's just split the difference and put 2 on each of them.
2 on each.
So which one do you want to do first?
We'll do the Primus first.
Okay, so 2 5-ups on him.
So 2 5-ups. So fails them, they 1 damage each.
2 damage each. So that'd be 4 feel no pains on him.
4 ups. So he is dead.
Yeah, because he had 2 left. And then 2 4+ invulnerable saves on the other guy who takes 2 damage. So he's alive.
On 1 wound.
But I've killed a character. Yay! My precision hits actually did something for once. I now have many hazardous checks to make. 8 of them. So, any 1s? 2 1s! Okay, so 2 Hellblasters died in the making of this bat round. And they'll shoot back on freeze. Which they don't. Okay, so 2 of them just fall over and go, ow, my hands.
These 2?
Right, quick summary for the rest of the shooting phase. The Dreadnoughts mopped up the character and there was like, what, 4 guys on the objective there?
Yeah.
So that finished them off, and then all you got left is this guy who would just get charged and murdered by the Vanguard vets, even if it doesn't make much difference at this stage. So essentially, that's game. I would score both those objectives and things. So yeah, win for the Deathwatch.
Yeah.
But Genestealer Cults are definitely annoying, the fact that they keep coming back. But I think what we've learnt today is that if you're quick, you can stop them from coming back.
Yeah, you had great board control. Going first was a massive help because I was able to push out. And then, because I was able to deep strike before your deep strike, I was able to have more space to come into as well. Yeah.
So
in other games that I've played with them, I've been going first. You're able to block out,
spread out, move, block, and then have space to keep respawning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, if you want to beat Genestealer Cults,
yeah,
win the roll-off at the start of the game.
That's it.
If you don't, you'll find it a lot more difficult. But yeah, Deathwatch, Xenos.
Yeah,
there was only one way this was going to end, wasn't it? Really, Xenos Hunters.
They are Xenos
but
Hunters.
No, it's a win for the Deathwatch. Interesting to see Genestealer Cult. Thanks for bringing them on the channel, and thanks for the game, Gavin, and thanks for hosting.
It was good fun.
Yeah,
good fun.
And now we're going to go have some dinner. So
yes.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.